know just how you feel and what you think about me. I know it's not that great. I know I made mistakes. I know I treated friends bad. I couldn't be the right man. Always been about me, me, me. Hold up, just watch, you'll see how I've been working on myself and how I've been trying to get some help. And now I just figure it out when in doubt. I just always tell myself that this world is made for me. Now that I'm mentally where I'm supposed to be, I know I can't be beat. I know I can't be beat. I know I can't believe. I know I can't believe. I know I can't believe. I know I can. This world is made for me. Now that I'm mentally where I'm supposed to be, I know I can't be beat. I know I can't.
What is up, YouTube? I apologize for the delay. I know it's been about 2 weeks since I posted my last video, but I have freed up some time to dedicate to Madden, to Patreon, and eventually getting my website up. And then over the last couple days, I've really been focused on finishing the Oakland Raiders playbook. Proud to say, excited to say that Oakland Raiders playbook is complete, and it's probably the most plays in an ebook that you'll ever get. I got over 60 plays and every single write-up on a Google Doc. With the exact setups and the progressions. So very excited about it. It's very good, getting nothing but positive feedback on it. If you don't want to sign up on Patreon and you want to buy the ebook outside of Patreon, I had someone comment, I never really thought about it, haven't given it much thought, but I'd be more than happy to work with y'all on that and just do it kind of like through PayPal. I could send the link to the Google Doc over. Just email me if you're interested in that. It's contact@maddendoctor@gmail.com. I'll put my email in the description. Link to Patreon's in the description. Very excited about that ebook. And to prove how good this ebook is, I'm going to give you guys an absolutely fire scheme. This isn't even in the ebook. I made this just for you guys on YouTube, just to show you kind of where my mind is at with this playbook, with these plays. So let's dive into it, and I do apologize for having to sell that stuff, man. That's not me. I hate doing that, but when you do work really hard on something, especially when you're proud of it, and I really do believe it'll help your game, I definitely want to at least tell you all about it. But you will be glad you stuck around, because I feel like this little 3 to 4 play money scheme is absolutely fire. So without further ado, let's dive into it, boys. I'm going to give you a halfback angle play first, but real quick, I just want to let you know you're going to run this whole scheme kind of through the halfback base. I showed this run in the beginning of this video a few different times. It works very efficient, and most of these pass plays I'm going to give you in this scheme, we're motioning this circle receiver Jarvis Landry to the left side. So when you tie this in with the halfback base and you do this same motion, it's going to tie in really nice. It's going to look like you're running this run play, but Landry kind of cuts upfield and turns into a lead blocker. So definitely I would come out in this play and then have your 4 audibles as these other pass plays that I'm going to give you. But we're going to run this whole scheme through the halfback base. We're going to motion Landry to the left when he gets kind of right behind Beckham. Snap the ball. He turns into a lead blocker. I had one man to beat there, and I was off to the races. So great little run play. The first pass play we're going to dive into is the halfback angle. Great little play here. You could run this stalk, but I got a nice little setup for you. Definitely want to block X, especially the way people are blitzing this year. You do have the option to block R1 as well for a max protect option, but even against the all-out blitzes, I feel like R1's a good option on that little angle route to dump off. There's a few different things you could do. If he's sending a lot of heat, if he's not respecting the flat, put Landry on a flat route. And that's just circle and the left trigger there, the flat. And then when you motion him to the left, if you kind of motion snap this, he just continues on his route. You could throw that ball and lead pass it. That was 4 yards, and that's the least amount of yards you'll ever get. That corner actually played that really good. But block X, put circle on a flat, motion circle to the left here. He will flip. Second way I like to do it is just to put circle on a streak, block X. Now you're kind of taking away a safety, so you have an opportunity to get triangle open to the outside, and if not, where will cut underneath. And that's one of the main reasons this play is so effective. And you saw in that last one how wide open triangle got. But triangle's route is just deadly. You do notice I'm on the right hash. I don't think the right hash affects the zone coverage, but it does give you more room to lead pass Beckham out to the sideline. Streak circle, motion him left. Motion snap that right behind the little, kind of creates a nice little bunch. And there again, you see Beckham just toast him. He's got his X Factor, but you saw even before the X Factor, he was getting open. Beckham's not even the fastest guy in the game, so if you're playing MUT, that route's going to shred MUT. It does for me. Now, an alternate setup does a better job of beating zone defense, but also beats man. I think those last two plays, it's on random, but I think those last two plays were man defense. Now, square's route looks really good on the surface, man, and I hate to take it away. And if it's like 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, I will keep square. I'll just smart route him so he's on a short little out. But if you leave him right there, it's kind of like an area of the field that's going to be covered with any type of zone, and it also kind of gets in the way of R1's route. So I like to sometimes just streak square and then put circle on an in route, still block X. When circle's on that in route, you motion him to the left, obviously turns into an out route, snap it in the same spot, and then if he doesn't have a hard flat, you can throw that all day. And then also, if square's not in the way, R1 continues his angle route and kind of gets open late. So that's probably my favorite setup. Just streak square instead, put circle on an in route, block X, and motion circle to the left. I'll give you one more quick setup with this play. We'll move on to the next one. But anything but a hard flat, really, you're going to have circle wide open, even against a cover 2, unless he hard flats it. I mean, the possibilities here are truly endless, boys, but two other setups worth mentioning. I do show in the beginning, leave Landry on his drag, block X, and just motion Landry to the left. His drag switches to the right side, kind of play the drag and the angle route from the running back off of each other. I love playing those routes off of each other because you can't use or both routes. Or do the same kind of concept with a slant and motion left and switches over. Or I like to hitch route circle. I will show you the hitch route, and then before we move on to the next play, I do want to show you the absolute best way to bomb them out of this formation, especially if you catch them in man or cover 2, which 90% of the time that's what your opponent's running. All right, real quick, block X, hitch circle. This setup I like to streak R1 so he doesn't get in the way of circle. Motion the hitch to the left. When you have this hitch on the field, I like to get him a little further outside. Hit that all day if you got it. A lot of times, if he's that wide open, you could turn around. Free 10 to 12 yards on a simple hitch because the way everybody else is spread out. But if you want to absolutely shred cover 2 for a one-play touchdown, so any kind of cover 2, what we're going to do is actually put square on an out route. Now we're going to put our fastest receiver at the circle route position. That's Callaway here, other than Beckham. So maybe your second fastest receiver, and still block X. Now you're going to want to snap this like on Beckham's right shoulder because you're going to need that circle receiver to really tie up that safety. You wait a second, and that was a bad throw. But it's all timing. You kind of got to wait a half a second for that safety to really commit to watching circle's route, and then you can lead Beckham to his left shoulder and absolutely gash him for a one-play TD. One more time here, kind of snap it further inside, wait a second for him to really watch circle, and then throw that to Beckham's outside shoulder. Especially in MUT, you should have a receiver that's good enough to do that. Once you start beating him underneath, drag routes, running the ball, you should be able to catch him in a cover 2 and then bomb him for one-play TD. I know this video is going way longer than expected, man, so I do have 2 more fire plays to mix in. I'm just going to give you the best setup for each one of these plays just because I don't want this video to be super long. This play right here, the second best play, is going to be the mesh spot. I like to just mix this in because there's a lot of different options here, but I do like to block X. I like to streak square, and then we're going to do the same motion to Callaway. And this is just something to run to mix in with the other plays to really catch them off guard. But you motion snap this and low pass it. And if we run that back, boys, look how wide open triangle gets. So you could definitely use this as a flood concept. Circle sucks the zones down, bomb it deep to triangle. Mesh spot, we're just streaking square, blocking X, and just motion and circle to the left. Do whatever you want with R1. I would probably put them on like an option route. Motion Callaway left, snap it right on Landry's left heel, kinda. And even if that guy comes underneath, if you low pass it right, you can hit that route all day. All right, boys, last play. I promise if you stuck around this long, you might as well check out this last play because this is really good as well. It's hard. I want to say everyone's probably the best play in this formation because they're all really good and they're all working for me very efficiently online. But all I do here is block the running back, put circle on an in route and then motion him left. Turns into a nice little classic flood concept. Except for Beckham's route, it's not your typical post route. It's kind of flattened out, which is really nice. And then X's route is really good as well. Obviously, if he's sending 3-4 all out blitzes at you, just block X as well. But if you don't need the extra protection, X's route is actually pretty good. Let him get just on Callaway's shoulder there. And I was talking, so I mean, I should have hit either the out route or triangle as soon as he cut. And I think I even had the streak route wide open. So block the running back, in route circle, motion him to the left here. Let him get right on Callaway's shoulder, snap it. Progressions are circle all day if you got it. I mean, if you can get 6 yards every play, you'll score a touchdown every drive. That's my theory. So if they're not going to respect the flats, don't force something downfield. Take that circle route all day. If he starts coming down, maybe starts using that, watch for Beckham on the post, and then even Callaway on the streak. And then X's route's a really good late beating man route. So I really hope you enjoyed it, fellas. I know it went a little bit longer. That halfback angle play just has endless possibilities. I hope you come up with some of your own as well. Definitely come check me out on Patreon and enjoy the rest of your Madden season.